Today we are learning about market structure and how price psychology will help us understand price and trending moves. So I've been following this Euro-US dollar pair for quite a while, ever since it started moving into this big round number 1.2, the 120 round number. I was very curious to see what it was going to do. As you can see, the market moved into this with a very strong uptrend. And I was wondering, will this keep going? Are we going to look for continuations, or is 120 going to be a big turning point? And turning points and round numbers often offer great opportunities. So a few hours later, you can see after the market hit 120, there was an impulsive spike, but the market very quickly built this distribution. Distributions are very different from ranges. As you can see, when the market is moving up here, there are often those consolidations where the market just moves sideways and then eventually keeps going higher. We have it here, small consolidation, move higher, consolidation, move higher. But distributions are different. Distributions take longer than typical sideways consolidations. There's also much more volatility and back and forth. And you can see the market swings much more here in this section versus this section. Our video resumes in 15 seconds, and I just want to let you know that my new course is now available. This is the course that I wish I had when I started trading 16 years ago. The course comes with 100 brand new videos. There are many new strategies with hundreds and hundreds of chart studies. It works on all time frames and all markets. And the link to that course with a special promo offer is in the video description below. And even here, you can see a few hours later, the market kept moving between the 120 and this resistance turning into support zone. The market is building lower highs here. So this all tells me that there's not a lot of bullish conviction here behind the 120. Probably a lot of traders who rode the Euro-US dollar up here on the way up to 120 are taking profits, and probably a lot of traders are now interested to start selling because the price is pretty high. And the higher the price go, the more sellers it typically will attract, right? So lower highs, and then also very importantly, the breakout gave us a very good indication that now the bears are taking over. On such a breakout from a distribution, you don't want to take the first candle that just creeps over the support resistance area. You really want to see a strong sequence of selling candles. You don't need to be first in a trade. You can wait patiently a few candles to see, is there really follow-through momentum? And that is still often enough reward to risk ratio because we are trading into a lot of open space here. What we can see is that this is the breakout we were looked at in the slide before. That's where the breakout happened. The market made a move lower, small consolidation, not a distribution or an accumulation, just a very small, narrow range. That typically doesn't mean that the market is reversing. It means a very controlled short pause, and then the market continued. Just on the way up, we have up move, small consolidation, up move, small consolidation, up move. The same is playing out here. Small down move, consolidation, down move. And then you can see we are building a much longer term range. A long-term range is not ideal for continuations. Typically, continuations happen in one-sided markets where, like in this case, you have a lot more sellers than buyers. But here there are not a lot of sellers because the market was not able to push lower as quickly. So here we're looking at a long-term range. We would call this also maybe an accumulation, although accumulation and distribution zones are typically found after long, extensive trends, which we don't have here on the way down. We had it on the way up after a long uptrend. This is what we call a distribution. After a short downtrend, I would not say this is here an accumulation. Regardless, we still have a breakout, a very strong, healthy looking breakout with a lot of higher lows here preceding it. So a short-term uptrend might be realistic and possible, or probable even. But you don't want to go against the downtrend, right? We have a strong downtrend here. So even if you go long here, you don't expect a prolonged uptrend. You would take it one level at a time. And typically what happens is that the market first always is testing distribution or accumulation boundaries. And how the market is responding to those is really, really important, as we were seeing. So here we can see the market is trying to reclaim the distribution. It's moving back in. And how the market is now reacting is going to be key for future price moves. But what we see here is that the market formed a multiple top, maybe triple top, right? We have multiple resistance levels here, but eventually the market fails to reclaim the distribution. Also note the market here is not able to push into this previous big distribution. So the buyers were not as strong and the sellers kept coming in and pounding the price lower. So this is what we would call a failure to reclaim distribution. And that also indicates that more downside is now possible, maybe even probable. But we are trading into this equilibrium, into this long-term range. So at this point, I would not expect and I would not bet on a very long trend. I would probably just take it one level at a time and see how the market is reacting once it dips back into this comfort zone here. And you can see the market is struggling, right? It's bouncing back and forth between the long-term distribution and this equilibrium, right? This is the initial failure. And then you can see the market just slowly grinding lower. It is showing more bearishness than bullishness, but it's not enough to say this is now a good entry trigger. However, it is showing more bearishness than bullishness. Here you can see it. We moved back into the lows of this equilibrium, and then the market spent days and days back and forth into this distribution or into this range. And this is really, really typical. You often find pretty much all price charts behave that way, right? You have ranges, and the market is just going back before and between those ranges, right? It's going from one range to another, back into one. And when we see breakouts from those long-term ranges into the long-term downtrend here, into the long-term trend direction in general, that's typically where you want to get involved. You want to get involved into fresh areas. Here you can see we traded into this. There was not a lot here from stopping us on the way down. Remember in the beginning, here is where the market broke out into all of this fresh territory. That's great. Here now we are breaking out into new fresh lows. And exactly that's what happened. When there's not a lot of what people call traffic or noise, or just in general price action on the left, that's typically where the price moves smoothest and farthest. And we can see that. We also have now a whole picture here, how the market is going from a downtrend back into trying to reclaim the distribution, back into this equilibrium, and then finally breaking out into new lows. We zoom out and we can see that this breakout, which is here, moved first into the previous trend origin. This is really where the last leg into 120 happened. The market is finding support, not really surprising, right? So if you're a breakout trader, you probably want to aim with your target here, or at least you want to eye this and you want to pay attention to how the market is reacting here. Down here, this is the next big round number, 1.15. That's also probably going to be a major point of interest for short traders, and also people who are looking to buy probably are going to keep a close eye on how the market is reacting here. So this is the 115 round number. The market kept bouncing back and forth here. This is the breakout. The market pushed into the trend origin, and after that built a long-term range. It tried to break out and try to reclaim here this equilibrium, right? Quite a lot of space here from if the market would have been able to hold above. So this could have been a nice window of opportunity, but this was a failure to break higher. If we know that as a failure, the most likely target is the round number. And now when we zoom out to where the market currently is that it doesn't really, or it didn't really fully reach the one round number on 114. It certainly pushed into 115. Here's a very, very big cluster, previous trend origin and turning point, and the 114 round number. But you can really nicely see how we were able to anticipate what happened here after the market reached the 120. And this is a knowledge that will help you across all markets when you understand that the market moves in those waves. You have trend waves, you have short ranges, you have long ranges, you have wide ranges, you have narrow ranges. And the market very often keeps just bouncing from one range to the other. So it's a very helpful tip and a very helpful tool that you can have in your toolbox once you understand how those market phases behave.